George, do you believe in the
crime.
exemption in abortion, case of abortion for rape, incest, and life of the mother?
I do.
Then you know it's interesting. You're talking about printed material that's mailed out. Here's one that says that George W. Bush supports the pro-life plank. Pro-life plank, yes. So, in other words, your position is that you believe there's an exemption for rape, incest, and life of the mother, but you want the platform that you're supposed to be leading to have no exemption.
Yeah, but
Help me out there,
I will.
Thank
The
you.
platform talks about, it doesn't talk about what specifically should be in the constitutional amendment.
No,
That's,
it doesn't
no,
have the exemptions
please let me
in
finish,
it, and
John.
you know that very
John,
well.
let me finish. The platform speaks about a constitutional amendment. It doesn't refer to how that constitutional amendment ought to be defined.
George,
it does not, John.
You read the platform. It has no exceptions.
John, I think we need to keep the platform the way it is. This is a pro-life party.
Then you were contradictory.
May I finish, please?
May
I finish, please?
Right.
Please. We need to be a pro-life party. We need to say life is precious, and that's what our platform refers to.
Alan, you say a life is a life, period, right?
No. First of all, I think this is a perfect illustration, this discussion of the problem we've got in the party. One individual who doesn't really accept the pro-life position of the party, and another who says he accepts it, but then takes positions that are inconsistent with it, so when push comes to shove, he won't be able to defend it. And both willing to take at a personal level a position that will destroy you in debate against the Democrats. When Al Gore stands there, or Bill Bradley, and looks you in the eye, one of you or the both of you, and says, Senator McCain, you said your daughter, that would be her decision. It would be up to her to decide. How on earth can you represent a party that would take away from every other American woman what you would give to your own daughter? These are folks, let me finish, who take a position that they can't defend.
I told you this once before, Alan, and I'm sorry I have to tell you again. I've seen enough killing in my life, a lot more than you have. I know how valuable and precious human life is, and I will not listen to your lectures about how I should treat this very important issue of the sanctity of human life. So I hope you'll give me the respect that I give you, and do not bring, please, my daughter into it. It's a family decision.
And we're back once again with George Stephanopoulos and David Gergen. Once again, this extraordinary difference among three guys who, one would think, agree on the subject. David?
Well, they are, Ted, but it's so important for George Bush in this particular instance to get the Christian right to come to the polls for him on Saturday that he's sticking very heavily to the platform, which, as John McCain points out, does not have the exemption for rape, incest, on abortion.
So it is, as Alan Keyes points out, an inconsistent position.
Well, I think in fact that it is. And when I think we get into the general campaign, you'll be hearing about he'll be very sensitive. He'll be a compassionate conservative in a general campaign if he has a nomination. But for the purposes of this Saturday, he needs that Christian coalition. And to go back to George's point, if Alan Keyes actually gets some of these Republican votes in this on Saturday, he's going to take them from George Bush. That might be the danger coming out of this debate.
Go ahead,
But
George.
what McCain was trying to do tonight was actually go in a different direction. Listen, he's about as pro-life as George Bush is, but he wants to feel a little more pro-choice because he is trying to draw those independents back into the Republican primary. These were McCain's most compelling moments tonight, both his answer to Keyes and his challenge to George Bush. But as David said, and this time Alan Keyes was dead on as a political analyst, this issue is going to be wrapped around the necks of the Republicans in the general election, and I think it's going to be much harder for Bush now to come off the Republican platform than it would have been before this primary. He started out wanting to run in the middle as a compassionate conservative, but throughout this primary campaign, he's been pushed to the right.
And let me just ask both of you to comment on what really is a foreshortened campaign season. I mean, you come off South Carolina, and whoops, in a few days you're right in the heart of Michigan, where maybe this isn't going to play quite as well, where the tougher conservative line may not play quite as well.
And Ted, even more important, March 7th, California. Lots of independents now registering, moving over to the Republican Party, looking at John McCain, and they're not going to like George W. Bush's position on abortion at all in that state. Big pro-choice state.
Yeah, but it comes back to the point, George Bush has to win Saturday in South Carolina in order to get to California, so that's why he has to go do it. But I do think John McCain was looking ahead to Michigan tonight. I do think that George was right. He was trying to appeal more to the independents, and he needs to get that Michigan. If he loses South Carolina, he has to win Michigan. John McCain does.